The following is a News Channel 5 special presentation. Tonight,
can I search your truck and trailer?
News Channel 5 investigates.
Do you have any large amounts of money, tiene mucho dinero en su truck y trailer?
Authorities say it's a part of the war on drugs.
And I will do everything I can to take that money out of the hands of those drug dealers and the cartel.
But this battle is a battle for cash.
All I'm asking you is, where's the money?
This is really highway shakedowns coming to the U.S.
Like any war,
Are you surprised that this happens in America?
Oh, that is right.
there are the innocent victims.
He kept calling me a liar. He kept saying that we Mexicans, we all have a reputation of being drug smugglers.
I never had any clue that they thought they would be able to take my money legally. I didn't do anything wrong.
News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams
Gentlemen, either you need to arrest us or you need to let us go.
wraps up a 2-year investigation.
It looks like that they're not concerned about stopping the drugs, that they just want the money.
That's what it looks like.
Into what happens when the law gives police a profit motive.
The safest place to put your money, if it's legitimate, is in a bank account.
But it's not illegal to carry cash.
As News Channel 5 investigates,
And you call that extortion?
Absolutely.
policing for profit.
What you're about to see is how police agencies across Tennessee make money.
Pop the trunk for me.
You got to be observant. Not every officer can do interdiction.
On this day, News Channel 5 Investigates went on patrol with officers from the Dixon Interdiction and Criminal Enforcement Unit, DICE for short, seeing how traffic violations
Can I search your truck and trailer?
can lead to searches that they hope will yield drugs, or like in this police video,
I take it it's not yours, right?
a stash of more than $200,000 of suspected drug money that DICE got to keep.
What we're doing, we're taking advantage of how the laws are, to use the money to be able to put back to fight the drugs. Use the money from the bad guys to catch bad guys is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that one right there is a 23rd vehicle.
And DICE isn't alone. There's also the 23rd Judicial District Drug Task Force and 2 others. Altogether, 4 different departments patrol the 50-mile stretch of interstate west of Nashville, looking for money to fund their agencies.
So everything's paid through seizures and fines.
Dixon Police Chief Rick Chandler serves on the boards that oversee both DICE and the 23rd.
So if these officers out on the interstate don't come up with cash, then they might lose their jobs.
Well, it's a possibility, yes.
In fact, I-40 has become a major profit center for Tennessee law enforcement, with officers stopping and often searching out-of-state vehicles.
Is it okay that they...
It's okay.
It's because of a state law that lets them seize money like the cash shown in these police photos, simply based on the suspicion that it's linked to drug trafficking. If an owner does not take legal action to get the money back, the agency gets to keep it all.
In order for us to make that seizure, we need to show that there is probable cause connecting that money to the drug trade.
Franklin DA Kim Helper says that's just what happened here. When officers from her 21st Judicial District Drug Task Force stopped this tractor trailer, a search uncovered large blocks containing almost $200,000 cash.
What's wrong with having large amount of cash?
Cash that the truck's owner, Garin Petrosian, claimed to know nothing about.
In general, it was seized because, based on our evidence and probable cause, it's illegal drug proceeds.
Is that money in those black bundles we brought out here, is it your money?
And Helper says the fact that no one ever claimed the money shows they were right. Still, officers released the driver without filing a single charge. They even cut a deal to let Petrosian come to Tennessee to get his big rig back.
If I am a criminal, if they allege me to be a criminal, why would they settle? They do not just let criminals go.
Why should you be able to take the money, though, if you can't prove that they were involved in criminal activity?
Because the state of Tennessee lets me do that.
But what makes the traffic stop especially unusual is the location. It occurred here in Smith County near the Carthage exit. That's almost an hour outside her district. Helper's officers patrol that area under a deal where they give a third of any cash they seize to the agency that owns that stretch of road.
Why should that not be perceived as renting turf? I mean, this is not your jurisdiction.
I don't think it is renting turf.
It's a way to make money, though, for your task force? Honestly?
Well, when you say make money, I guess it is a way for us to continue to fund our operations.
And this is really highway shakedowns coming to the U.S.
Scott Bullock is an attorney for the conservative-leaning Institute for Justice, which has criticized civil forfeiture laws that open the door for what it calls policing for profit.
It shows that the police are really focusing not on trying to get the drugs, not on trying to enforce the drug laws and stop that flow throughout the country. They're focused on getting the money.
Out here on the interstate, interdiction officers have a choice. Conventional wisdom is that the drugs come in from Mexico on the eastbound side, but the money goes back on the west.
Well, we actually work both lanes, both east and west.
Yet we spotted those interdiction teams staging time and time again with their backs to the drug side. In the case of the 23rd, a review of daily activity sheets discovered that when officers noted the location of their traffic stops, there were 10 times as many stops on the money side.
We want both sides of the road worked.
It looks like that they're not concerned about stopping the drugs, that they just want the money.
That's what it looks like.
Is that the case?
And that shouldn't be the case, but that's what it looks like.
It ain't in the seat.
And it can lead to turf wars. After Dice got this $1 million seizure in 2010, a Dice officer suddenly found himself being blocked by a unit from the 23rd. Within minutes, 5 units from the 23rd are lined up in a show of force. Then there's this 2008 video where a unit from the 23rd cuts in front of a Dice officer on a stop, prompting this heated exchange.
Leave me the alone. Let me tell you something, punk. You ever come up me and try to wreck me out again, it'll be your last time, you understand?
You've got two agencies fighting to stop the same cars.
Competition can be a good thing as long as you don't violate any person's rights.
But they're competing for the money that they can take off of drivers.
Well, they're competing to do their job.
Tiene mucho dinero en su troca?
No.
It's a job that critics say has become more about profit than policing.
Law enforcement is supposed to be about getting the bad guys. It's not supposed to be about making money.
All I'm asking you is, where's the money?
At no point does any officer ever ask, what's the name of the big fish in this case?
Right. Should they have asked it? Maybe.
Here in rural Hickman County, on a darkened stretch of westbound Interstate 40, 2 California truckers will soon be given a tough choice.
You're going to have to trust me, or you're going to have to go out on a limb and see what happens once we find it.
Potentially face a criminal prosecution or hand over the cash that the interdiction officer suspects is hidden somewhere in their tractor trailer. Before the night is up,
Hey guys, it's in the back of the reefer, you just got to get to it.
agents will recover piles of suspected drug money, almost $500,000, money that their agency, the 21st Judicial District Drug Task Force, will get to keep.
I will do everything I can to take that money out of the hands of those drug dealers and the cartel.
But DA Kim Helper says the 2 truckers who she believes were drug couriers got to walk without even being asked to name their accomplices because she believes they had not really committed a crime that she could prosecute.
The transportation of illegal drug proceeds through the state of Tennessee, from my reading of the statute, is not a crime.
You say you're not traveling with anything illegal in your truck, right? No drugs? All right, and you're not traveling with any large amounts of U.S. currency? No, sir.
The incident begins as a routine traffic stop, except in this case, agents are specifically looking for drug money heading back to Mexico.
You wouldn't have a problem if I search your truck or your trailer for any items mentioned?
As the time passes, suspicions are aroused by discrepancies in the trucker's stories, but officers are not finding anything up in the refrigerated trailer known as a reefer, so the agent begins threatening the truckers with criminal prosecution.
Money laundering is what it's called, and it's a federal offense. The good thing for you is, when we seize money, we don't deal with the feds. We seize it ourselves. And if it ain't your money, and you say, Agent Owens, it ain't my money, I don't know how it got there.
He's telling the guy, if you tell me it's not your money, we're fine.
Right.
He's essentially offering him his defense, isn't he?
I don't think he is, because I think he recognizes at this point that the transport of money just through the state is not a crime under our money laundering statute.
Does it not make sense that I'm trying to help you? Because you honestly can't think for a second that we ain't gonna stay here until we find it.
He sure is making this guy think he has committed a crime.
Well, and again, as I've indicated to you, law enforcement agents use various means of questioning to get as much information as they can.
But if I have not committed a crime, is it proper for a police officer to make me think that I have?
I believe that officers can use a variety of techniques.
If you don't, then what I have to do